Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got this wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way. Wow, man. I'm sure glad I got those doors painted last night. Letting them dry, they're gonna cure. Now, here's all the doors. All these doors I got done painting. See how nice they look? Look at, they turned out really good. And they're not perfectly smooth now. If you really look at them real close, you see there's just a slight little texture to them now. Just ever so little. That's because of the roller, and that's why when I finished off the roller, I had to make sure I didn't have any lines in it, and went up and down all the way, so I didn't have a line stopping, starting, stopping, starting, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I think they turned out really, really good. I'll take a quick look at them. I'll turn the light on, make sure I don't have any little runs on any little spot here. And I checked them last night, and they looked pretty good, but you know, they're gonna be set in here for 4 or 5 days or more, because I'm not gonna install those until I get all the door frames painted and get everything painted inside the condo. So here they're gonna sit. And you see, remember I told you I wasn't gonna get much paint on the craft paper. Well, I got a little bit more than I thought, because the roller kept wanting to spit some out when I tried to clean the roller off. I got a little bit on the concrete too. And I'm going to clean that off today. I don't want to get it set on there too long, then it's going to be harder to get off. But it's a latex enamel, it's water-based. Clean up, and I'll get all my stuff kind of cleaned up and kind of set up for my next step. And what is my next step? Pray tell. I'm going to be painting this entire condo in here. Okay, and that goes for all the ceilings are going to be repainted, the walls, the door frames, the baseboards, the window stools, the handrail going up the stairs. I'm going to end up taking that off, and I'll put that in the garage and paint that. This little thing here, you know, this railing section. And I'm like, okay, am I ready to paint? I've got all the light fixtures down, all the things on the walls, the cover plates, the light switch plates and all that. And I'm not ready to paint just yet. And incidentally, when you get ready to paint, what's the first thing you're going to paint? Yes, you're going to paint all the ceilings first. Okay? And then you're going to paint the walls. After that, and see, I'm going to paint the walls with a roller, and then I'll get kind of close to the doors, the door frames, and the top edge of the windows, of the baseboards and all that kind of stuff. Okay? And I won't cut that in. I'll cut that in last, because then after that, I'll paint the door frames and the baseboards. That way, if any of my cut in on the top edge of the baseboard for the white, or around the edge here, if a little bit of that gets on the wall, that's okay. I can get a little bit on there, because then the last thing I'll do is, after I paint this wall to about here, then I'll cut this little bit in with the paintbrush. It's easier to cut your wall into the door frame rather than your door frame into the wall. Does that make sense? And I mean, if you were a professional painter, they'd say, hey, I don't care what you do. I'm good. I'll do it. I'll do it however I can. You know, somebody paints the walls, they cut in the walls, and then somebody else goes along and paints the baseboard or something. You know, cuts it all in. But you're not a professional. So, see, if you paint the baseboards first, and if you paint the door frames first, let's say, when you get ready to paint your ceilings, you might get a little bit of paint droplets coming down, getting on top of the edge of your face of your door casing, let's say, or some drips come down and hit on your door casings, or when you're doing your walls and you get a little spit of dusting of paint that drops, now you get some of those droplets you get on your trim of your baseboard, not necessarily this flat area, but your OG trim. You might get some of these little things. See, this is from somebody painting the wall after they painted the baseboard. See there? There's another little drop. There's a drop. There's some there. Here's some more gray paint, right there. See? These little bits. That's because there's some more right there. That's because whoever did this, maybe they decided the baseboards were already painted and they went to repaint all the walls. And they thought, I'm not going to paint the baseboards. We're just going to repaint the walls. And you get little bits of paint stuck on there, and they didn't go back and wipe it off. See? Well, if you now, for me, I'll do the walls first, and then I won't cut in the top, the bottom of the wall from here down. I'll wait, and then if I get any drips on here, I'm going to be repainting the baseboard anyways, right? So I can paint over those drips, or I can wipe some of the drips off, whatever. Okay. Then the last thing I do, then when I cut in the baseboard, that's going to be a pain in itself because it's right down next to the carpet. I'm going to have to put masking tape from here over and stuff because I don't want to get it on there. And there's going to be only so close I can get it. See, the last person, they stopped their paint right there. See, from there down, they didn't paint it the last time they were here, did they? See, they didn't cut it in because they were afraid to get some paint edge on the carpet. And I'm gonna have to put the masking tape and kind of roll the masking tape over this edge just a little bit. But after I do the baseboard, see, I can cut in the top edge of the baseboard with my white paint. You see? And then if a little bit of the white paint gets on the wall, that's okay because I'm going to be repainting the wall, and then I'll cut that in. It's a process. Okay? I'm going to have to recalk everything and all that kind of stuff. I'll look on the top edge of the base and see how well it looks. If there's any imperfections in certain areas where I feel the caulking has dipped down lower than the bottom top edge of the baseboard, I might want to recalk some different areas. Of course, I've got to recalk around the door frames. I've cleaned all that stuff out. I'm going to have to clean all that kind of stuff. It's all in the prep, baby. It's all in the prep. But enough of that. So I know the first step when I come in here to start painting is the ceilings. And then I'm going to do the walls. Okay, but before you even get your paintbrush, your paint roller out, there's something important you have to do. This condo is 15 years old. What do you suppose it is? I'm going to have to take a broom and I'm going to sweep down the ceilings and make sure I don't have any cobwebs in the corners and stuff. I've got to vacuum off that ledge up in there, and then I have to sweep the walls down. You'd be surprised at how much dust accumulates over the years and gets on your wall. Okay? And so if you leave all that dust on there, you're not going to get as good of a paint job when you're painting. You know what I mean? And it's just a good habit to get into, especially if you got an older place. Well, you know, this is 15 years. Do you ever suppose anybody ever has wiped these walls down, have swept these walls down, have vacuumed these walls, wiped the walls down with a rag, anything, ever, after they did the first paint? No. or after they did the repaint. Somebody came in here and repainted all this. I know this is not the initial original paint, because see, when I took the light fixture down, here I took down a just a little track light section there, see? Okay, that was the color of the initial paint. See there? They didn't take that down, they just cut around it. Well, I took it down because first off, it was crooked. It wasn't even lined up straight with this corner or with the wall. That one was pretty much, this one wasn't. And it's just easier to take everything down. I was in the mode of taking everything down. I took the ceiling fan down. I decided, hey, I'll just take the track lights down. I don't want to cut around it. Then, you know, with my roller, I can just don't have to worry about anything. There's fire sprinklers throughout this condo, so I'm going to have to cut around those. Okay, no biggie. And there's smoke alarms, but I'm going to take the smoke alarms down before I paint the ceiling. But I didn't want to take the smoke alarms down for the last week and a half because I still wanted the condo protected in case there was a fire. The smoke alarms would go off. And so when I get ready to do these ceilings, do all the ceilings in the condo, I'll take the smoke alarm down. I'll take the trim down so I don't have to mess with it. And it's not that hard to take these down. Okay, and then after I get the ceilings done, even before I do the walls, I'll probably go back around and reinstall the smoke alarms. That way I'm pretty much covered. Okay.